How's it going, guys? Jace here, back with another Explorer video. Now, we actually have a Rakdos Midrange list for you. Now, this doesn't actually contain any of the new cards from Friction Obi-Wan, mainly because this deck is pretty good, right? This deck is really, really strong. This deck has a good matchup against the field, pretty much. The idea of the deck is you basically disrupt your opponent with cards like Thoughtseize, and you basically kill a bunch of their stuff, and you just kind of just kill them, right? You kill them with cards like Sheoldred. You get there with Bonecrusher Giant, big old school standard all-stars, really. Really good removal in the deck with Fatal Push, Bedevil. We got obviously cards like Power Word Kill and things like that. So let's go through the list, and you can give it a try for yourself. The deck list will be in the description for you guys. So we're running 4 Fatal Push, one of the best cheap removal spells in the format, being able to deal with any 2 mana value creature, potential 4 mana value creature when you have Revolt. Revolt is quite easy to trigger in this deck because we have blood tokens that come from the Bloodtithe Harvester. We have treasure tokens that come from the Fable. Yeah, we have ways to trigger that Revolt. Then we got Thoughtseize. I mean, best, in my opinion, probably the best discard spell in Magic. 1 mana. Your opponent reveals a hand. You get to pick anything but a land from it, make them discard it. They lose. You lose 2 life. Incredible, just incredible. Discard spell right there. Then we got 1 copy of Go for the Throat. Great removal spell. Deal with pretty much anything. 1 Heartless Act. Most of the time, it's just 2 mana, kill a creature. That's pretty much what it does most of the time. We've got 2 copies of Misery Shadow. This is great to be a big threat in that mid to late game. But then being able to exile stuff is relevant. You're playing against, say, let's say mono green, and you want to be able to kill their Cavalier of Thorns or their Old Growth Troll, or having them get any extra mana or bring stuff back. Misery Shadow prevents that from happening. Then we got 1 copy of Power Word Kill. Pretty much most of the time again, it's a 2 mana kill spell. Then we got 4 copies of Bloodtithe Harvester. Incredible 2-drop. Gives us blood tokens to help smooth our draws, can act as a removal, can apply pressure to our opponent, and helps us trigger Revolt for the Fail Push. Then we've got 1 copy of Kroxa. This is really good. Good, amazing Titan here coming in. 2-drop. Your opponent has to discard a card, and then if they discard a land, they lose 3 life, and you can escape it from your graveyard in that mid to late game when the games go long to keep recurring this back. You don't play too many copies. Mainly because, it does cost a lot of mana and a lot of resources to get it back out of the graveyard. Here's a great little one-off. We've got 4 copies of Graveyard Trespasser. I mean, it's awkward to deal with this card. It's a 3 mana 3/3. Your opponent has to discard a card to target it. Once it transforms, it's dealing a lot of damage. It becomes a 4/4, which is, pretty good. And on top of that, it gives you life gain and graveyard removal and interaction. So it is a very good 3-drop to have to apply the pressure and to hit your opponent's graveyard. Next, we got 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant. This has just always been a standard all-star, and it's really good in Explorer. We have the Stomp, an adventure card, 2 mana, deal 2 damage to any target. Really, really good. And then we have a 4/3 as the creature, and if you target it, you take 2 damage. It applies a lot of pressure. Being able to remove something, then have a 4/3 that's constantly hitting your opponent. They need to deal with it. They take more damage when dealing with it. Really, really good. Then we've got 4 copies of Fable, the Mirror Breaker. I mean, what more to say about this card? It's so good, right? It gives you a 2/2 that ramps you. It also allows you to smooth out your draws and hit your land drops, or ditch some lands to get some threats. And then it transforms into the Reflection, which is incredible. Being able to copy in additional Bonecrusher Giants or Graveyard Trespassers or even Bloodtithe Harvesters is pretty good. Then we got 1 copy of Bedevil. It is kind of, not awkward to pay, but 3 mana is quite pricey in this style of deck. We don't have a ton of mana to just play with. We want to be quite cheap and efficient. But being able to just remove a creature, an artifact, or a planeswalker is very, very good. Then we got 1 copy of Kalitas, Traitor of Ghet. This is just a great card. I really like Kalitas. I play a ton of it in Modern. I just think it's really good. Having a 3/4 with lifelink. If a non-token creature opponent control dies, we exile it, we get a 2/2 zombie. Then you can sacrifice the zombie to make Kalitas absolutely massive. Huge. Huge. Being able to have some life gain against some of the aggressive decks, very good. It makes it awkward for your opponent to deal with, if they are a creature deck. He is really cool. Then we got 3 copies of Sheoldred. I mean, 4 mana, 4/5, Death Touch. We drain our opponent, whenever they draw a card, they lose 2. Whenever we draw a card, we gain 2. It doesn't have to attack to win the game. It can literally just win the game on its own. Very, very good indeed. And then in the lands, we got 2 copies of Castle Locthwain. This allows us to help draw cards to refill our hand in the long-drawn, grindy games. Then we got 2 copies of Hive the Eye Tyrant. This allows us to get in a little bit of extra damage Especially if we're against the decks that might be, they might play a Supreme Verdict, those control decks, they wipe the board, and we don't have any more creatures in our hand. We can just get them. We can just get them with this Manland, and being able to interact with the opponent's graveyard is also really useful. Then we've got 3 swamps. We have 1 abandoned mire to bring back creatures. We've got 2 copies of Den of the Bugbear. This allows us, again, similar to the Hive, get in there, getting that damage against our opponents. Then we've got 1 mountain, and then we got 1 Crucible Defiance. Get some threats on the board if we're getting mana flooded. Then we got 4 copies of a red-black Pathway dual land, 4 copies of Blood Crypt. It does cost us life if we do want to come and play tapped, but it is, in all honesty, the best land in the deck to fix our mana. Then we got 4 copies of Haunted Ridge. Again, this allows us to generate 2 different colours of mana. Not great to start off with, but, from usually turn 3 onwards, this is pretty good. And then we got 1 copy of Sulfurous Springs for another red-black duel. If you do want to give this deck a try, guys, the deck list will be in the description below. We're going to play 5 best of 1 Explorer games. So let's go. We're on the play. Game number 1. We're against Urian, so I assume a control deck. This seems okay. I mean, triple Bonecrusher Giant is pretty funny, I'm not going to lie. But we should be okay. We should be okay. Still could do with some land, but we will play the Bloodtithe Harvester. We hit a land drop, we can get out of the gates quick. We did. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to swing in. We'll just pass here. We'll do some damage. Yep. I mean, they could have had Sensor up, and I didn't want to play into a Sensor, so... Yep. We will draw Misery Shadow. Yeah, it's not great. Again. We'll play the Bonecrusher Giant. See if they counter it. They don't. Okay. I was expecting maybe... Oh, I mean, they could have censored it. Maybe they got a Supreme Verdict. They're double censor. That's interesting. I might just go land Supreme Verdict, which is actually pretty good for us. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fatal Push, that's pretty much a dead draw here. I think we're going to get out this Misery Shadow. We're going to ditch this Fatal Push. Hope to draw a land. Do another Fatal Push, sure. Not ideal. Thoughtseize would have been better. Yeah, that kind of doesn't really do much here. We'll just, yeah, we'll just pass turn. Not much else we can do there. Commit. Okay. Second from top is annoying, but that's fine. Fairy. Sure. I'm known for my excellent. Kill Teferi. Get that out of there. I mean, they get to draw a card, but that's fine, but at least they don't have a Teferi around with an empty board. Is pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. Right. God, that's pretty good. I think they're gonna counter it though. We've got to get out of there. We've got to make them use all the cards in their hand. I mean, they do have... That's fine. They do have the memory, but we get, we get the 7 cards as well. We shouldn't hit lands. Put you into the hand, sure. I think we're just gonna play out Graveyard Trespasser. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of this Aftermath. We don't have to deal with that. Them drawing 7 cards is going to be pretty bad for us. Urian, yep, that's going to be a big blocker. I mean, we could rumble in there. with the Trespasser, and then Bonecrusher Giant, the Urian. But if they have a counter spell, well, we're getting all of the bad stuff here. Let's just play them. Let's play what they know is in play, and we'll pass. Oh no, I don't want to attack. Pass here. Not looking good. Not looking good. Us not hitting land drops is painful. But we should be okay. Yeah, we'll take 4. And they're going to wipe the board. That's fine. And we've only got 4 cards left now. Finally, we drew a land. We'll shock it in. We'll play another Misery Shadow. Then in their end step, we'll Bonecrusher Giant them for 2. We want to get the most out of these. We might as well use them as burn spells. Stomp them out. I mean, the Kalitas and the Fatal Push are not great. I mean, Kalitas is just a creature, right? He's just a threat. You can counter if you want. No, they take it. It's a really good draw. Let's see what we're dealing with. They might counter it. They do. Unexpected. We'll jam in for 2. And we'll play the Giant. We got another counter spell. Looks like they do. Absorb. Oh no, they're going to bounce back the Misery Shadow. Okay. Ah, that's why. There we go. So now we found a way for them to bring back their Teferi. And they foretold that card. I think that's probably... That's a really good draw. That's a really good draw, because that allows us to get rid of these somewhat dead cards, and it gets it underneath this Elspeth Conquers Death. I kind of get the feeling... Okay, I was going to say, I kind of get the feeling the Foretold card could have been a Doomscar. It could have been the one that makes all the angels, but it wasn't. It was Behold the Multiverse. I think that's pretty good for them here, right? Just card draw, that's what they need. I think us stumbling land was quite... It was quite tricky. Flame in the Sea, yep. We're just going to auto pass here. I'm not going to use that Fatal Push on anything, so... It's getting ditched to the Fable. That's fine. Don't mind you getting rid of the little Gobo. They've got 2 cards left in hand. We're going to ditch land Fatal Push. We drew another land anyway. Might as well play it. We'll play the Misery Shadow. What they already know about. And let's just play the Bloodtithe Harvester. Force them to wipe the board. We're gonna bring back Teferi. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. This is a very uphill matchup now. Yeah. Very much uphill. Yep, bring back Teferi. Pick up.
You'll thank me later.
I would assume. Let's come into play with an extra counter on it. So it does go up to 5. It's up to 6. Yeah, we need probably another way to deal with the fairy. I would think.
I'll We need to move quickly.
Good draw. That is an incredible draw. Okay, this is going to be extremely difficult for us to win this now. Don't know. I don't think we have a way to deal with Dream Trawler. Not that I can think of. I mean, that's good. That could bring back, you know, potential creatures. We'll keep hold of that. Yeah, I don't really know. Really. Let's just attack with Misery Shadow. I mean, they can just throw a 1/1 under the bus. Yeah. Basically what I would do. We will stomp the fairy. And we'll play Bonecrusher Giant. We're trying to make it so that our opponent's overwhelmed by so many creatures that they kind of have to do something about it. I mean, they've got a lot of cards to go through, and they've already used two Supreme Verdicts. I would assume they're playing the full 4 in a Urian deck. Probably Farewell as well. That's fine, it gets rid of the Dream Trawler. But if we just put in so many creatures, it puts pressure on them to act, basically. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. That's going to be very hard for us to win back from that one. Wow, draw. Oh. Full grip. I take 10. Yeah, now I feel like this is pretty much a loss. Oh, got a fail push. Again, there's no way for us to deal with... Oh, there might be. Yep. Got a card. Gains... Oh, they can just constantly... I'm gonna fail push this. I think we're dead. I don't see... We can't deal... I mean, what's the most we can deal? What? 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Put them on 4. Then we died to the Dream Trawler and the Crackback. Yeah, I think that's game. Well done. Okay, game number 2. We're on the draw. This is an okay hand. This is pretty good. We're playing against a Gigantha. Okay. I think I'm just going to fire off one of these Thoughtseizes. I just want to see what... I don't really know what our opponent's playing here. Claim the Firstborn. I mean... I don't really care... Yeah, I kind of feel like we'd just take Bloodtithe. What's this do? Sure, that's fine. Cool. Cauldron familiar. Okay, we're playing against a food house, probably with the... Hopefully they don't get the Witch's Oven. I think we just pass here. Yeah, we'll pass. We'll keep fail push up. Yep. I'll just get rid of the Cauldron for me now. I know it's like not the best thing to get rid of, but you put Gigant through his hand. Okay, I'm tempted to go lands, Thoughtseize, take the Gigantha, and pass. Yep. Then we can play the Mirror Breaker. Another card for me, sure. Okay, another Den of the Bugbear. That's pretty bad. Okay, we're going to play the Fable. They're going to steal the Goblin token. We claim the Firstborn. They're going to hit us for 4. We're going to go to 7. They get a treasure token. We get our Goblin back. And then we can start, you know, getting ahead of ourselves. Hopefully they don't have Witches of them. We need to gain some, well, not gain some life, but we need, they've got their own Fable. That's a really good draw there, but it's good for us. We're going to ditch these two. Okay, that Thoughtseize is pretty bad. I think the fourth Firstborn is going to be a problem. Yeah, actually that claim the Firstborn is going to be a real big problem, because if they steal the Graveyard Trespasser, I'm going to feel pretty bad, so I think I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to swing in. See what our opponent does here. Probably nothing, takes 2. Oh, that's even better for us. We'll Thoughtseize away the claim the Firstborn, and we'll play the Graveyard Trespasser, removing the Cauldron Familiar, and we'll gain some life, and then we have Fatal Push up for any other, well, to deal with the flipped. What they drew? They drew a claim the Firstborn. I would have kept that. That would have been lethal. Actually, no, because he can't target it. Of course not. He has to discard cards. Yeah, of course not. Well, yeah. If he didn't have that amazing ward ability, yeah, probably would have been lethal. He's jamming in. I'll take 1. Deadly Dispute. Yeah. Definitely keeping up these. Sure. Okay. Oh, that is an insanely good draw. Yeah, boy. Get in. Let's get rid of this. We'll get rid of that kitty cat, that Kalitas. Oh, that's going to be good. And we got Fatal Push up for any, you know, anything like that. Yeah, super non-token creature. Brilliant. I mean, we can get a zombie anyway from the Reflection, or we can get it from the Hive. Either way, I'm happy. Maybe they just don't have like double lightning bolt. that would be brutal. Yeah, that Kalitas there was really good draw, really good draw. Our opponent's kind of in an awkward spot here. You know, if we connect once, that's pretty much game. We've got double removal spells, so we can, you know, fail push something. And the thing is yes, that's 3 mana, but we can get it by sacking we can trigger the fail push by sacking the treasure token, so we're able to destroy the Reflection if need be. At the end of turn, Mayhem Devil, I'm not gonna lie, yes, that's gonna die instead of the Reflection, and he's got a Witch's Oven. We're gonna fire this off now. Yeah, let's deal with that now, shall we? Yeah. Yep. Okay, that can come play tapped. We definitely don't want to be dealing with that, do we? Costs 3 mana to do so, so yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to get in. With the team. No. Zombie can stay back. Zombie can stay back. Yeah, zombie can definitely stay back. We shall pass. Which then transforms into the werewolf. And that's game. We'll take that. We'll take that. Alright, we're on the play. We've got a really good hand here. Like, we can literally, you know, curve out quite nicely. You've got kind of like removal with the Bonecrusher Giant. You know, we've got good turn 2 play, turn 3 play. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this hand. Let's play a Swamp. And does the same. Oh, and a Sheoldred as well. Very nice. Bloodtithe is probably going to die, but... No, it stayed around, it stayed around. Oh, Thoughtseize, that's really good from our opponent. We take the Fable. We've got a good hand. They took Sheoldred. We got a way to bring Sheoldred back. Amazing. It's like we're playing standard, isn't it? You know, Bloodtithe Harvester into Fable. Lily? Sure. I'm probably actually going to get rid of the Bloodtithe because I want the mana. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the Bloodtithe. You may think it's weird, but... we'll just get rid of the land here. Okay, we drew another land anyway. Deal with Lily. We'll play the Graveyard Trespasser. We'll get rid of the Lily from their graveyards. And we'll pass. Okay, well, this is going to be awkward. We will stomp them. Yeah. We need a way to deal with that. Played the Bonecrusher, and we're just going to not attack. I'm just going to pass. We're going to get rid of the blood token, hopefully try and draw a way to deal with this friction area. We'll take 5. And have they got a second one? If they do, this is going to be really difficult for us to win this game. Sheoldred. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Ditch the land. Removal spell. Oh, we got a roam. We drew a land as well. Still really difficult for us to actually fight through this, Sheoldred, I'm not gonna lie. I think we just play our own and pass. Yeah, we'll play the Bugbear, play our own Sheoldred. Last turn, really. I mean, we could swing in. What, they block the Bonecrusher. They take, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it doesn't cut it. Their own Graveyard Trespasser. Sure. We're just Sheoldred. That's fine. Wow. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep Bloodtithe. Kind of a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Okay, we actually, if our opponent doesn't do anything too crazy here, we do have a way to actually deal with the friction area. We Kiki Jiki at the end of their turn, make a copy of Bloodtithe Harvester. Take 5, that's fine. And then we will, yeah, deal with it that way. Nick those. Wow. A lot of mana. No! Okay. That's not a good draw. Okay. Ditch this. Come on, removal spell. I mean... that can deal with Obliterator. Interesting. Obliterator is the reason why we're struggling, but so Sheoldred. That is a really good draw. We're going to have to fail push the Obliterator. Yeah, we're going to have... like, if I fail push the Sheoldred, I'll make a copy of Bonecrusher Giant, swing in with... then we got to deal with the Obliterator, and the Obliterator can't be blocked. So we just have to deal with the Obliterator. We just have to pass turn. Yep. Could have done... ho ho ho, yes. You beauty. Get rid of that. Really Obliterate and their Sheoldred. And let's get in with the tokens. Nice. Back-to-back removal. We got there. We got there. Oh, that was scary. Game number 4. We are on the play. We're against Urian, so probably another control deck. This is a pretty bad card to have, but everything else seems pretty decent. We just want to get on the aggressive against this deck and hope they don't have a board sweeper. Yeah, if this was a Thoughtseize, I think it'd be a near on perfect hand. Oh, they're mono white. That's even better for us. Looks like mono white, yeah. Yeah, we'll play the Fable. We'll get in. We can ditch this Heartless Act. Actually, the Heartless Act might actually be quite useful. You know, now we know we're not against control. It might be okay. Yeah. All the enchantments. Fail push. Yeah, we'll just get rid of these. We don't really care about them. Land, I mean, I don't really care about that either, but... it'll be pretty good here. No block. I hope they don't have a sweeper. It'll be kind of bad for us if they do. We can deal with that and then we'll play it. Here we go. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a board sweeper. That would be pretty bad. They're going to put... what are they going to throw away? A land. Bring back a land. Ramping in mono white. What is this? Wipe the board. Play another Birth of Kalitas. Sure. I mean, I am getting in for 9. They got the doggo. That's fine. We got the go for the throat. Yeah, we'll stomp the poor little dog. And we'll just get in. And we'll pass. No point playing into any more board sweepers, because you know, it's just literally no point. And go for the throat that if need be. Or if they play like a big creature, we can go for the throw it. Yep. Could probably draw a card here. For the castle. Make the most of our mana. Yep. Okay, we'll draw cards. For another land, okay. Kalitas. I mean, it's a great follow-up, but I don't really need it now. We'll go through this. And then we'll just swing in. Yep. I don't really need to put anything more to the board. I mean, it might depend what our opponent does here. Again, we'll probably just draw some more cards. Fateful Absence. They take 2, sure. Yep. That signals to me they don't have a board sweeper. So we'll play the other Bonecrusher Giant. We could draw a card off the clue. I mean, they could have a board sweeper. No, they don't, yeah. That's what I thought. I thought they didn't. Reckon a Bankbuster. Sure. Lotus Field. Interesting. We'll sack the clue. We'll draw a card. We'll see what we get. Hopefully we get a removal spell. So our opponent's tapped out. No removal. It's kind of awkward. Lifelink as well. I tackle Bonecrusher Giant, they just could block on the wall. Again, that doesn't do anything. I attack with the Goblin and the Bonecrusher Giant. Could use the Bloodtithe Harvester to get rid of the Archon. Play Kalitas. Get some more mana. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, if they throw Bankbuster under the bus for us, that's really good. I think that's what they're going for. Not under the bus, but if they put Bankbuster into the Goblin, which is what I think they'll do, they're actually just going to throw under the bus. Huh. Sure. I mean, that's good for us, right? Question is, do I want to play Kalitas and commit more to the board? What we got? We need to fight our way through this, so I kind of feel like we go. If he wipes the board, he wipes the board. We've still got a blood token that we can just filter this land away because we don't need any more land. We've got mana for days. The Archon, if they start playing a bunch of enchantments, that's going to be a pain. Sure. I mean, it's not really worth blinking anything, is it really? No, this player's a big blocker. That makes sense. Let's get rid of this land. Don't really want it. That's a fine draw. That's also not bad. I think we should fire this off now. Let's see what our opponent's playing. Are they 2 land? 2 Nykthoses? Okay. I think we just jam in with these. Probably the Bloodtithe as well. We'll just give everything. We'll put pressure on opponent. We'll see how they block. This could be quite interesting. That's in front of the Misery Shadow. Sure. Yep. Okay, and Kalitas gets a free hit in. We're going to Bonecrusher Giant the Archon. So we're going to pump. So that can deal with the thing. We're going to Bonecrusher that. Then they can all trade. I get a zombie. Oh, they get exiled, don't they? Don't even get a zombie. Oh, Misery Shadow and Kalitas, they don't even work together. I think we just got to throw it out there. We just got to force them to have a sweeper. Like, they have to have a sweep here. They do have the cave. You know, got to be careful of the dragon of the manland. Yeah, the Kalitas and the Misery Shadow don't really work well together there, but we had to get rid of the Archon. Like, the Archon was a problem. It gained them life, has the potential to give them, you know, blockers. Graveyard Trespasser. Okay, I think here we're just going to swing. It does mean that I think we tackle everything. They animate the Frost Dragon. Frost Dragon kills the Bone Giant. Urian kills Kalitas, and it just leaves the Misery Shadow. Yeah, that doesn't seem... It doesn't seem good. Let's pump this. They have a removal spell. Okay, they want me to sink the mana into it. Very evil. Yeah, it's pretty good. Does mean I have to play this Graveyard Trespasser out. I don't think they've got anything. Probably. Yeah, we'll get rid of the little companion. We need a way to deal with this Urian. Okay, they drew a land. That's good for us. That's basically a dead draw. That doesn't deal with the Urian. Deals with the manland though, so that is relevant. Sure. I think we just get in. In fact, yeah, that'd be good. Right, let's get rid of the Spirited Companion. My graveyard. We'll get rid of a Bloodtithe Harvester. Put him the 5. We got Fail Push for the land. Or they can block. Resolves. Push the land. GG. Good game. Good game. Alright, so we are on the draw. We're against a Gigantha. Makes sense. This is an okay hand. You know, if it's similar to what we played against earlier, this is okay. So we are on the draw though. Yeah, okay, it is the same deck. They do have the Witch's Oven. We've got to be careful for any potential... we are firing off this Thoughtseize now though. Any potential, like, claim the Firstborn, which they do have. And they got the Cauldron of Wow. Yeah, they got a pretty good hand here. So claim the Firstborn basically means they have removal for any of our creatures. Because they just sack it to the Witch's Oven. We can't... So we can't deal with that, which means we can't play any of our creatures. Unless, obviously, we want them to get sacrificed. We don't have removal for the Bloodtithe Harvester, which is what they're going to play next turn. We could take the Fable. They actually have a really good hand against us. Part of me wants to take the Bloodtithe Harvester. But the Fable is the most strongest card out of the 3. Yeah, we've got to take the Bloodtithe. We just don't have the removal. Then on turn 2, we'll play Misery Shadow. We'll let them steal it if they really want to. I really don't care if they... That's a really good draw for us. I really don't care if they take the Misery Shadow here. It doesn't really bother me. What, they get him for 3? Okay, cool. They could go land Fable. Did they just... Okay, they got triple black. I think they might have should have played it really for red to play the Fable. That's a good draw. Playing the Firstborn doesn't deal with it, which, you know, that is relevant. We're gonna get in here. We will... I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to play anything. I could... Actually, we could play the Graveyard Trespasser. Which means they have to discard a card if they do want to claim it. Yeah, I think that's fine. In fact, they also need a red source. So, that's also really difficult for them. We do have Sheoldred. You know, Sheoldred is really good. So if they want to claim the Firstborn, the Trespasser... Oh, they just concede. Alright. We'll take that. I mean, they could have claimed the Firstborn, the Trespasser. That really doesn't do anything there. You know, they have to discard a card. Okay, they attack, whatever. You know, we take some damage. They sacrifice to get food. That's fine, whatever. Then we follow with Sheoldred. That makes it very difficult for them to deal with their deck. You know, unless they draw a direct removal spell. Yeah, it makes their Fable worse as well. Yeah, so that was quite tough. But we managed it. 4-1. 4-1 with the deck. Not bad, actually. We did lose against blue-white control. But apart from that, we did okay. You know, we played against a mono-black deck. That was pretty good. We managed to get past that Friction Obliterator. Then we also played against a mono-white deck. Trying to deal with that Urian, but we managed to get through there. Then we played against 2 of the red-black kind of sacrifice Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven deck. You know, first game we played it quite well. Kalitas was a very good top deck. That kind of helped us run away with the game there. And then in that final game, I think our opponent accidentally, you know, put their land into play on the wrong side. They put their black-red pathway land on the black, and they needed on the red to play their Mirror Breaker or to play their Claim the Firstborn. So it might have been a misplay there from our opponent. But we, like I said, we did play to the assumption our opponent wasn't going to misplay. You know, they could have took the Graveyard Trespasser, with the Claim the Firstborn, let's say. They then had to discard a card if they did, or they could play the Mirror Breaker, which meant that the following turn we followed up with Sheoldred, which then if they wanted to get rid of the dead cards in their hand, they would have to lose, you know, 6 life in a turn. So yeah, and it's really difficult for them to deal with Sheoldred. So that would have been a pretty good matchup. Would have been a little bit closer, but there was a little bit of a misplay there. But like I said, guys, if you do want to give this deck a try, the deck list is in the description below. And if you made this far into the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more Magic content. And let me know in the comments, guys, if you would like to see some more Explorer. Anyway, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.